What up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, sun, moon, or rising anywhere in your chart, this is for you. Capricorn, what's happening? Y'all doing well? Hopefully you enjoyed your birthday season. Got a lot of love for Caps out there, so yeah. Anyways, if you would like a personal read, you are able to book that with me by sending me an email. 2 cards already popped out. All right. You can send me an email, and we'll go over packages, pricing, all that good stuff. Just know that there are scammers out there, so if there's anybody claiming to be me offering you reads, offering you anything else, it is a scam. I will not reach out to you. You reach out to me. All right, let's get started. We start with the Page of Swords in reverse. This is someone who is pretty much a bully. Someone who talks a big game, but it's just that. It's just all talk. I might want to pull another card for you because we're going to need some clarification here for sure. And of course, the Oracle card at the end. But I feel as though this... We're going to pull at the top here and see what else you get. Okay. We get that. I might want to pull another one, but we'll see. We're going to see as the reading goes. But this is definitely an energy where I'm inclined to say it's you because it's your reading, but it could be someone else. It could be an energy close to you. I'm going to say that for now. Next, we have the Queen of Cups here. Of course, you're going to want to be that. But again, this reading got me so stumped. You're the last one, and you got me stumped for the day, to be honest with you. I'm looking at these cards, but this is someone who is very much compassionate, very much intuitive as well. This is a stable energy too, and I think that now I'm getting the message here. 2 messages actually. One, this is a great energy to be in, no doubt, but it's a great energy to be in when you're actually about it. When you just, all you're doing is talking about it, you're not actually being it. I mean, this goes for any energy, not just the stable, compassionate, intuitive energy. This is about any energy. You could say, I'm about positivity, and you're the most negative person ever. You could act like you a real gully bully, like the Page of Swords in reverse, and be like, I'm about that action, and be the biggest what's it? And ever. It is what it is, but like being about action is not just talking about it, or it's rarely it's really talking about it. Like it's really not rarely, but really about being about that action. All right. Next, you have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Emotional baggage. This is living in the past as well. So again, I feel as though you are telling yourself you're about moving forward, and not to say that you can't tap into this energy of the Queen of Cups, but you're telling yourself essentially a lie. I think you're lying to yourself, and you're not really being honest with yourself. What you need to do with that Queen of Cups energy is to be compassionate with yourself, but also be truthful about some hurt that you have. I think this is a hurt that you have in the past. I don't need to pull another card now. And I think this is I know I said I got 2 meanings for you, but I think this is the only one. I'm not going to say the other one, right? I think you were done wrong in the past by somebody, or you did yourself wrong. Nonetheless, you were wronged in the past for sure. From what I'm seeing, because the card that I pulled, the extra card, was the Justice card. This is honesty, fairness, clarity. This is, justice, or what all that justice is, essentially, right? But in order for you to truly get that justice, now granted, I don't think you believe you truly got justice. I think you want this individual to get hurt more. Let me just put it that way. But the universe, you and this individual who has hurt you in the past, you're no longer, connected physically. Let's just say that, right? So you don't have to see this person. You don't have to speak to this person. But to you, it's like, nah, that's not enough. I want them fill in the blank. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the energy you want. And yet, you're not necessarily with, again, the Page of Swords in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse. I don't think you're really being honest about how you feel. I think that's what the problem is you're not being honest about you feeling like you didn't necessarily have the justice that essentially the universe gave you. This person's no longer in your life, but you wanted more. You wanted them to essentially get hurt, probably the same way that they hurt you, or get hurt in some worse way, or whatever the case is. All right? I'm trying to be very careful with my words. And I want you to be very careful with your words and, of course, your actions. All right? But justice was served whether you like it or not. It was served. It wasn't served the way that you wanted it, but it was served. They're no longer in your life. So move on. Because this card and its righteous energy, upright, is moving on from said past. And that's not to say you can't benefit from the Page of Swords anyways, because, like, again, and when this is upright, this is someone who is vigilant. Someone who can learn from the past and say, hey, going forward, I am not going to get into a situation, or I'm going to be vigilant, let me just say, about someone like this. So I don't run into someone like this who has hurt me in the past. This person has done some damage with you, Capricorn. I ain't gonna lie, this person damaged you, and it's not insulting you or anything, but I'm just saying, like, you're clearly still not over it. From what I'm seeing here, you're not over this energy. It happens, but justice was served, whether you accept the I guess the punishment or not, right? It's like you wanted this person, I'm speaking hypothetically here, you wanted this person to go to prison for life, and they only ended up having to do maybe, let's just say, 4 years in probation, right? That's not enough for you, right? They're still locked up now, or at least they're on year number 3 or 4, so they're going to get out next year or so, but then they still have to serve probation for the next 20-some years of their life, So if they do slip up, they're going back into the clinker, as the old saying goes, but, like, to you, it's like, no, they should be in prison for life. They should get the death penalty. They should be beat up. They should be assaulted. They should be all that stuff. You have a right to feel however you want to feel, but justice was served. They got their just desserts. You just have to move on and stay out of this energy, because ultimately you're going to attract that to yourself. Ultimately, if you stay in this energy here, you are going to, again, attract that within yourself. You're telling the universe, this is the type of energy you want to continue on. You want to move it. You're never going to trust people. You're never going to be at peace. A lot of these readings today have been about inner peace, The first two were, big on that. This one, there's hints of inner peace here. I could just be, I guess, weaving it into these messages, but I'm really getting it, like, the sense, like, today's messages that the universe wanted me to dispel onto the signs who got the reading. You, Scorpio, and rats. I forgot who I just read for. I'm looking at my notes now. Ugh. That's right. Gemini. Whether you have those in your chart or not, that's up to you to decide. Well, you would know, obviously. But, yeah, it just seemed as though inner peace has been the message for today. But more so with you, Capricorn, it's allowing the past to be that. Not saying get over what this individual has done, because it seems as though they did something. This is deeper than just breaking your heart. Well, they broke your heart, but it's deeper than just, let's just say, cheating on you, right? It's deeper than that. I feel as though they did something a lot more heinous. Not saying that cheating isn't wrong, but there's a lot more heinous things that human beings can do to one another and then cheating on them. And I feel as though they took something or someone away from you. And it's hard to get over things like that. I've personally, I've lost people in my life, but I don't think I've ever lost someone to, or at least inadvertently. Now, if we go down the rabbit hole, my rabbit hole, then I would say, yeah, I lost someone to specific systems and people control these systems, and therefore, but I'm talking deliberately, like, I don't think I've ever lost someone, or at least I personally, well, actually, I'm lying. I was about to say I don't think I've lost someone due to, someone taking their life. There was a classmate of mine. I went to school with him. He was murdered. But he was murdered. I went to middle school with him. He was murdered when we were in high school. And we didn't go to the same high school. I actually found out about his murder from someone who lived in the same neighborhood as him. She had like the pin of his face on it. And I did go to high school with one other person I went to middle school with. And he told me about the pin. And then I saw the pin. I'm like, oh, snap, I'm not going to say his name, rest in peace, but I'm like, that's him. And she was like, yeah, he was murdered. And so, yeah, I knew him and I was cool and cordial with him in middle school, but it wasn't like he was someone close to me. Again, after middle school, never saw or spoke to him ever again. Rest in peace to that young brother. But yeah, I mean, I get in the sense here, and if it doesn't apply, please don't put this energy out there. But I get the sense that someone took someone away from you, someone very close, and I'm not telling you to get over that. I'm not telling you not to feel however you're feeling about the individual who may have took the life of someone that, again, you're close with. But wallowing in that energy, that anger is, and again, I'm not speaking from too much experience. I have lost, but most of my loss have been due to people's illnesses. If not, yeah, people's illnesses, whether it was, cancer, a disease, drug habits they've had, any type of ailments they've had, even old age, things of that nature. That's the type of loss I've had, especially as of the few years. Especially since the pandemic. Apparently I had a cousin I never met, knew about, died because of COVID. Young 19-year-old, I think he was 19, 20 or whatever, nonetheless died because he ended up getting COVID and died. So it's like, yeah, I can identify with loss. And again, I gave you the example, real life example of the middle school friend that I had, or classmate, who was murdered when we were in high school. And again, I wasn't close to him to the point where we spoke every day or saw each other. And I got word from someone who lived in the same neighborhood as he did. So, but ultimately, like, being in that energy, whether you're mad at cancer or you're mad at a cancer for taking the life of somebody who you truly cherish, it's being in that energy is not going to serve you best. Be honest about how you feel, honestly. But from what I'm seeing here, again, this is showing up. The universe is saying justice will serve that individual. And again, if it applies, it applies. If it's not, if it's something not as deep as someone taking the life of someone you love, Could be some other way you are heartbroken, or this doesn't apply to you at all. Do not force this energy here. Alright? But justice was served. You're going to have to move on. Simply because you don't think justice was served because that individual is still alive. You don't know. They're alive and they could be living a life that you would like, damn. How can someone go on living like this? Like, damn, I wouldn't want to live that type of life. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? We already here. It could be a life where it's like you don't even want to live. You wouldn't, like, you look at it, if you had a crystal ball and was able to look at this individual's life, you'd be like, ish. You might develop compassion for him. Like, I kind of feel bad. Like, yeah, sure, they murdered my cousin, my best friend, my whoever, right? They took the life of somebody that I truly loved. But damn, their life, I'm sure that if they could trade places with my, loved one, my departed loved one, they probably would, because their life stinks right now. Their life is gutter. And that's the universe saying, well, they got what they got. That's their punishment. They're going to have to live with their actions. They're going to have to live with that guilt. They're going to have to live with the outcome of what happens when you take somebody's life. And it seems as though it was an unjust taking. So you're going to have to live with that outcome of unjustly taking somebody's life. So you really don't know, like, you harboring this anger, these emotions and stuff, and this hatred. And I'm not saying you got to love that person. I'm not going to say that. You could quote whatever scriptures, religious scriptures you want. I'm not saying you have to love that person. What I am going to say, though, is you got to love yourself enough to say, I am not going to continue to live the rest of my life harboring these negative emotions about this individual. This guy's to do with them. This ain't got nothing to do with them. This got everything to do with me. I'm not dropping these emotions because of you. I'm dropping these emotions because I don't want to hold on to them. You know what I'm saying? Because if I really want to keep it real, it's to hell with you. You know? Any of these swords I got here, let me not. But, it's really of that situation, So hopefully that helps out. That was just the tarot. We're going to get into the oracle card, Capricorn. Before I choose a card, I would like to ask you to please leave a like. Quick little jumper, okay. Leave a like if you got anything of value. Comment, share, and subscribe. All right. Your card, true intentions here. Stay authentic and aligned, trusting your inner wisdom to guide you toward genuine fulfillment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Pretty self-explanatory, but definitely trust yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with how you feel. Again, you're not necessarily wrong for if the scenario is exactly or even similar to what I'm saying is here. I don't think you're wrong at all for feeling however you feel. But you have to move on. Part of moving on is being true with how you feel. Not hiding it, not saying, I'm fine, I really don't. No, you hate that person, and it's okay. You hate their guts. You don't think justice was served, although it was served. That's not up for you to decide at this point. At all. It was served. As I said, if you were to look at this individual's life, you'd probably be like, yeah, if I were them, I'd rather be dead. Not to sound, whatever, but yeah, they really not living. They alive, but they not living. You know what I'm saying? They not living right. But anyways, it's trust your intentions. You know, have true intentions with yourself, and like I said, move on. You don't want their life. You don't want their life. They're not living a life that they probably imagine for themselves. That's all I'm gonna say. I've already said enough, but I had to help you out again. Got love for y'all. I would do this for any sign, of course, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a sign that I absolutely love, I gotta help y'all out. You know what I'm saying? If you got anything of value from this video here, please hit that like button. Share, subscribe, comment as well as you please. If you would like a personal read, you're able to shoot me one by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Alright, check out the other links down there as well that can help support me. If you want to continue supporting freely, that is just as appreciated. And you can do so by, again, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and continue watching these videos. I want to thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Also want to give you a little big hug for, you know, if this is relative to you, the reading is relative to you. Big virtual hug from me, and hopefully that makes you feel better and that helps you on the healing process. But yeah, until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Take care of yourself.